Friendship is like marriage. With true friends, you have an intimate and open relationship that you can have with only a very few people. A marriage relationship must be open and transparent. To develop this kind of friendship is both time-consuming and risky. And like marriage, it's not always smooth sailing. Sometimes even with your best friends, you get cross and you argue and your feelings are strained. Just like with marriage, you work at reconciling and understanding. You work. You listen. You speak truthfully and without trying to manipulate. That's hard. It's hard to do when you're upset. In true friendship, you feel a love that is similar, not exactly the same, but similar to the love of a mate. Some friends play at friendship, but a true friend sticks closer than one's nearest kin. Lesson number 2, you can't judge your well-being by the number of friends you have. You can't stack up 1,000,000 friends and think you're okay because you have lots of friends. You can have acquaintances. You can feel friendly toward people. You can join together for common interests. You can be together for a while. But a friend is serious business. The Friends of Bill joke that circulated while President Clinton was in office came about precisely because people could tell that the president was kind of a needy guy who needed to feel like he was connected with lots of people. That was one of the reasons he got into some trouble in office. You can't judge your well-being by the number of friends you have. Number 3, conversely, obversely, some kind of versely, you cannot go without any friends. It is very easy in our culture to think that I don't need anybody. I can make it on my own. This notion is a deceptive falsehood, especially when you've been wounded deeply by someone you thought was a friend, and you're hesitant to trust someone again. True friendship is limited to a very few. So you don't have to have 10 friends, but you need one really good friend. A friend who knows you, who loves you, regardless of your mood or your condition. Some friends play at friendship, but a true friend sticks closer than one's kin. Fourthly, when I was studying for my PhD, I read a lot of English history, and I concentrated on the early modern period, basically the 1600s and 1700s. I learned that the word friend during that period of time did not just mean somebody you were kind of close to. There's a bit of a technical meaning. Have you ever heard the phrase, a friend at court? You ever heard that? Oh, you guys need to get out more often. Or maybe in the library. Okay, a friend at court didn't mean somebody who just felt kind of positive toward you. A friend at court was someone who would act on your behalf, who had the authority and the means to help you in a tangible way. A friend, then, had that kind of technical meaning. You could have lots of acquaintances, but you didn't have very many friends, because a friend could actually do something on your behalf when you were in dire need. And particularly in those times, people lived on the edge of dire need most of the time. Having a friend really mattered. Now, I had a friend like that in college. His name was Stan Watt. We're still friends. As I mentioned before, I played the guitar and we had a lot of fun with that. I was so poor in college. I worked 40 hours a week. I took 17 or 18 hours a semester. I just worked all the time and I never had any money. Can anybody relate? I was poor. I mean, cash flow poor. Like I couldn't even go to the hamburger joint a lot of times. Well, it got so bad one time that I thought to myself, and I started talking about maybe I just need to sell my guitar. You know? Well, Stan got wind of it. One evening he dropped by the apartment where I was living, and he said, hey, I heard you want to sell your guitar.